Please, God, don't let me ruin another pork chop. How many times have you said that? I'm Ralph, and welcome to my kitchen. Obviously, tonight we're talking about pork chops. I've got a couple of really good ones here. Check this out. They're good and thick. Got them at the butcher shop. Fairly nice marbling for pork. But pork chops are something that it's really hard to get them right. They can come out really dry, come out a little tough, seem overcooked. I've got a son that hates pork chops today because he had to suffer through dry pork chops as a child. Well, if I had only known then what I know now, and I'm about to share with you. So let's get to it. First, what are we going to do for these two fine pork chops here? Start out with taking a fork. We're going to treat these just like I would treat boneless, skinless chicken breast. I'm going to punch a few holes in these. I'm going to take some salt. Salt them down. We are going to be wrapping these up with foil. I'm going to be putting them in the oven, low temperature. I've got the oven preheated to 275. I'm going to leave them in there for, let's say, because they're pretty thick, about 25 minutes. Then I'm going to pull them, check the temperature, looking for probably somewhere in the ballpark of about 140-ish. If they hit that, we're pulling them out. We're going to put a nice sear on them. But let's put them into the oven before I show you the next step. The next step is the secret sauce. I've got 1 tablespoon of flour, 1 teaspoon of cornstarch, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, and I've got 2 tablespoons of melted butter. Now first I'm going to blend the dry ingredients together first. Drop those into the butter. Get those all nice and blended up. Now I'm probably going to have to reheat it again before I use it later, but this is going to be the secret sauce that you are going to want once those pork chops come out of the oven. We're going to put this on one side, put them on the griddle, start putting a sear on that side. As that sear is going on, we're going to be basting up the second side. Now, what's the secret with the sauce? It's the combination of the flour and the cornstarch chemically reacting with each other. It's going to both help with the browning of the pork chops, and at the same time, it's going to be sealing in the moisture of the pork chop. Now you'll notice I covered those pork chops with aluminum foil. So they're in a dish, and it's covered with aluminum foil, and while it's at the lower temperature, all that steam that's going to be coming out of those pork chops is not escaping that little encapsulated, dish right there. It's going to be keeping all that moisture in there and helping to keep those nice and moist. Now, once we keep those moist, we don't want to lose it when we put them on the grill. That's where this comes in. So we're going to check back in about 25 minutes or so, and we'll take it from there. I will see you then. All right, we're back. And it's taking a little bit longer than what I thought it would. I pulled them out at 25 minutes and flipped them over. Other side a chance to kind of brown up to be about equal. And then I had to leave them in for about another 25 minutes to get them up to about the right temperature for me to put them onto the grill. They're not quite 140 degrees, which is kind of what I was shooting for, but they're just shy of that. So first step, we're going to paint this side with our mixture that I talked to you about earlier. Remember, what this is doing is it's helping it to brown up, and it's also helping to seal in the moisture. So let's put that over there, and we will take this over to the cooktop, and I will see you there. Okay, here we are. Time to put it on the griddle. I've had that already heating up. Now the side that I've just basted up, that's going down. Setting my timer. I'm going to be flipping these about every 30 seconds. It's about time to flip, but I also need to batter up this side here, baste it up. There we go. You can see it's starting to brown up here. Get some of that fond onto the pork chops and set it for another 30 seconds. There we go, another 30. Try to catch all that fond again. And set for another 30. Time to flip. Set it. Another 30. See how we're looking. Oh yeah, that's looking great. I'm thinking it is time to pull these. Now I was doing that on medium heat, basically, not real high. It's not a steak. It doesn't have all that marbling, and so it's not going to handle the really high heat that a normal steak would. The moment we all have been waiting for, is it going to be juicy or not? Am I going to be disappointed again? Will I be disappointing the family? Let's find out. Oh wow, that is cutting like super easy. Look at this inside. Just the slightest little tinge of pink in there. That is looking nice and juicy. Let's try a little piece here. I've got to tell you, when you do a pork chop right, it will rival a regular beef steak. It's that good. Got a little piece here, just look at that. That moisture is just coming off of that, dripping into my hand. That is just super nice. Gunner, come here. Gunner. We'll give Gunner a taste here. Come here, bud. What do you think? It's Gunner approved. That said, thank you for joining me. You are going to love this. You have got to try it. Took about 25 minutes per side. I flip them in the middle way on the oven. Then I would sear them for about 30 seconds per side till you have about the right temperature. And these are awesome. Trust me, I will catch you next week. Directions down below. Don't forget. Bye-bye.